Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today is a glorious day because RWBY Volume 8 has finally ended its 6-week hiatus. Now, there's been some RWBY content that's been released between the last episode and this one. There've been the sneak peek at Christmas, that 1 second GIF on official RWBY's Twitter page, the trailer that released last week, and of course, Rooster Teeth teamed up with Phoenix Knight to do a recap of the volumes that have passed. So they done volume 1 and 2 in one video, and volume 3 is releasing, I think, tomorrow. But yeah, so there's been some RWBY content, but now we're back on the main. Before we get started, there are a couple of things, as always, I want to talk about. And the first one is that this is in relation to the trailer that dropped, and I noticed that there were no new scenes of Emerald, Neo, Mantle Team, the Mana Team, barring Penny and Ruby, or the Happy Huntresses. Even though Robin is in prison with Crow, she wasn't in that scene. I've also seen people saying that the Tube Grim, the one with that's shooting the green liquid in the Schnee Manor, I've heard a couple people say that it might be a Merlot creation. He was the main antagonist from the Grim Eclipse game, who was experimenting on Grim and all that. But I don't know if Merlot is technically canon or not. So it's probably either the Hound, which I said in my breakdown that I thought was the most likely. That is not the case anymore. It could also be the combined sulfurfish, though I reckon that would just take the form of a larger sulfurfish. Or it may be the Alpha Sentinel, because I remember something being said about us seeing an alpha variant of that. So, plus the Sentinels were the ones that were able to spit this green acid, so it wouldn't be far-fetched to think that maybe the alpha variant can do that as well. And also, someone pointed out to me that you can actually make acronyms with the, well, technically they'd be backronyms, I guess. I don't actually know the difference between acronyms and backronyms, but yeah, you can make acronyms with both Mantle Team and Amity Team. With with Mantle Team, you can actually make the acronym Orgy, ORJY. Now there was another one, but it wasn't as memorable because it wasn't talking about an orgy, but there was another one, I've forgotten what it is. And once Penny left Amity Team, you can make the team name Rainbow. I didn't pick that up, and now that Penny's back with Amity Team, that's not even applicable anymore. Anyway, I've rambled on too much already at the start of this episode. This is Volume 8, Episode 8, titled Dark. And the synopsis is simply, "We're not alone, ... Now, one thing I did forget to mention was there was the 100 episodes in 100 seconds, because this is the 100th episode of RWBY. And the final second, obviously, was a clip in relation to this episode where Ruby is looking at either a mirror or out a window, and suddenly some red grim markings were visible above her. Whether she's looking out at it or that's actually behind her, I don't know. We'll find out this episode. Let's get that started in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah! Always excited when that works. Let's see if I remember this. We said goodbye to all the things we love. Gave up our lives just to find that it was not enough. We left in vain, left our solitude, our carefree. What we thought would change the world was just a childish dream. We failed to stop our own demise, that and before us. Hope has no place here. Maybe the path we take our home is finally clear. Maybe the end we try to avoid is already here. Some roses will never bloom. Some things will ride on the line. Some lives much too soon. Some music will never ever die. Some working not any peace. Some heroes who so outside. Sometimes it's worth it all the risk to fall and fight for every life. I couldn't carry that note at the end. I forgot to breathe at the correct point. That sounds like the battle raging outside the walls. Yeah. This is in the cell block.
Yep. Not getting much sleep here either. Sounds bad out there.
Wait, that doesn't sound like...
Like it's outside. I forgot to say that this... Remind everyone that this is no longer the tame half. Hey, Nora's awake.
Well, miss, you and your friend are going to be just fine.
She lost consciousness. And she's leaking.
Set her down, set her down.
Can you help her?
Even based on what you've told me, I hardly know what she is. But her basic
Question, can
anatomy
she
seems
heal
similar enough. I can
her
at least
skin in
stitch
that?
up that wound.
That would probably be the prison explosion. Or the
Oh, that's
tower.
just rich.
Everyone okay back there? Just saw another bombing run light up the kingdom.
Looks like part of the city lost power. We're okay though.
Sorry I couldn't stick around, but time's running out for everyone in the crater.
Okay, she did
No,
leave.
We're sorry. Once we know what's wrong with Penny,
Correctly
we'll do
predicted that.
something.
Don't beat yourself up, kid.
Those were actually given a name.
At
I
this
forget what it
point,
was.
I don't know how much is left to be done.
I was correct about that being
all
a
just-
comms cutting out.
Too much. The Grim, the Crater, Nora, Penny.
The
How do
Christmas
we
sneak
fix all
peek.
of it?
One step at a time, my dear. You can't worry about fixing everything. Simply focus on what's in front of you. If you'd like someplace to start, I'd be able to work faster if you could bring the power back on.
Well, how would we...
We have a generator near the edge of the estate.
Oh yeah, the thumbnail is her looking scared shitless.
So kind of you to join us, Mother.
Believe it or not, I am above drinking in the dark. Oh. Hello, Klein.
Ma'am?
SDC executives have their own auxiliary power supplies in case of a citywide blackout. It's extremely unfair, but perhaps now isn't such a bad time for company perks.
We don't just have perks. We have the company. The people you mentioned in the crater. They need a way out, right? There are rows and rows of cargo ships just sitting in the hangars because of the embargo.
And our own automated drones, like the ones at Snowshoe Shipping.
We can order as many as we need to pilot our ships down to the crater and get people to safety while the Grimm are occupied with the General's forces.
We can?
I can. I just need Father's computer.
Then we definitely need to get the power back on.
Great plan. Couple of problems. Oh, it was Ruby and Blake, not Ruby and Willow. Yep, okay, she does get thrown out of the generator room.
Oh, come on, come on.
Don't worry. It'll work.
Nothing else has.
I know you don't always know what to do, but that's never stopped you from doing something. I was like that as a girl, but time and a lot of other things took their toll on me. And then I wasn't sure if that kind of girl could actually survive in the world. Until I met
Proof
you.
it's ca-
It was a little strange at first because you were younger, but I've always looked up to you, Ruby.
And people
And I
say
still
Ruby and
do.
Blake don't talk.
Thanks, Blake. What?
Hello.
What was that?
Ruby! Blake!
Weiss, there's a Grimm that... Look out!
Can you handle this?
Assuming you can handle that.
We still need to work on your attitude.
Oh, come on, that was playful banter, not... Hello!
What is this thing?
It's just a Grimm. Just focus.
Are you sure? This will be the Ruby Silver Icing.
Ruby!
It just says take the girl. Hello! Did not see that coming.
Climb!
There's a Grimm here, and others might be nearby. Keep everyone together and call if there's trouble.
Of course. Madam, please try to calm yourself.
Oh, that's a problem.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Willow, please come back. Goodness, try not to...
No! Not again!
Yep, they're the Seminoles. It said take the girl, so it probably thinks that Ruby is Penny.
It's not here for me! It's here for Penny! Ruby!
Ow.
Help the others! I've got her!
Okay, it was the Alpha Sentinel. Oh, you are more disgusting than I thought you would be.
You're okay. Please!
I don't want to do it! Hey... No one's gonna make you do anything you don't want to do. But there is a part of me is What's making me is just a part of you. Don't forget about the rest.
Those eye twitches were.
Klein, it's coming inside. Stay quiet. I'm on my way.
Do hurry. Whitley and Willow have yet to return.
What? Where'd Mom go?
To the backup booze. Did it always have those upward facing spikes? Chandelier's gonna drop on you, isn't it?
Above you!
It just gets more and more disturbing.
Mom?
I can see it. It's outside Winter's old room. You can kill it, can't you?
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. It's acting strange. Why is it here?
It doesn't matter.
Just keep an eye on it so I can track it down.
Right.
Right. Okay. It's moving again, heading towards... Oh dear no.
I can do this. I can...
Whitley.
You are the last thing I need. All that's left should be...
Here's Johnny. Honestly, were it not for the murderous intent, I would like to have that thing as a pet.
Credentials verified. Click to proceed.
I know you're here.
Click.
Thank you.
So that was Willow's door. Okay.
I didn't forget you.
Family reunion later.
Why do they get more disgusting? I don't know if you can hear me. But I need you, Ruby. We all need you.
Well, that was smart. It's got like some mantis claws. They're getting absolutely bodied. So Ruby's got no aura. Weiss and Blake have been flickered.
You.
That's a problem.
It's coming! I'm sorry!
She still had a little bit of green in those eyes.
What are you doing?
I must open the vault. And then self-terminate.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Take
enough.
Yeah, okay. It didn't kill it. I predicted that it wouldn't kill it. Jump back up. Come on. It's coming back in.
Take the girl. 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 Take the girl.
Who the fuck was that? Aww. Oh, that was it.
What was that?
That was disintegrating off of a bone.
It was a person.
Yes, it was. So is that what happens when someone enters a grim pool? I'm glad I didn't release my hound theory.
You know, this may be the first time I've ever been happy to see you.
Cinder! What are you...
It's my turn to ask for something.
It's her!
Oh, that was funny. Oh boy, well, that answers some questions, raises several others. You know what? Gonna do what I did for the trailer. I'm going to pause it, watch it again, then give my thoughts on it, and then do my breakdown afterwards. So I'll be back once I've watched this episode again. Okay, and we should be back by now. Yeah, that was a very interesting episode. Just gonna quickly make note of some... You know what? No, I'm going to bring up this notepad I made. This should cover pretty much the entire episode anyway. These are all in relation to the prediction videos I've made. Either it be the actual predictions for the entirety of the second half, or it be from that trailer reaction. These are the ones that I've gotten right and the ones that I've gotten wrong so far. Okay, in the gotten right category, we've got May has left for the crater. I picked that up from the Christmas teaser we got. How it started with what sounded like comms cutting out, and I was correct about that being May telling them why she left and all that. Next we have the Hound was in fact a person. I can't take all the claim for this prediction being right. Pretty much everyone thought that to be the case. There was a siege on Schnee Manor. The Hound did try and hunt down Whitley. Ruby Silver Eyes didn't kill the Hound, but it did reveal who was underneath, which was a big, just balls to the wall prediction that I did not think would actually happen. And it's ironic that that is the one that happened over what I thought were the more sensible predictions. The Schnees have electric candles. That's a weird one. But, okay. Cinder breaking Watts out of prison early in the second half. That was pretty interesting. Interestingly to note, once the cells are initially shut down, we see that Watts is under rubble. Crow has shifted into bird form to avoid the explosion. Robin, she's still upright on her seat, only to be covered in collapsing ceiling. And Jacques is nowhere to be seen. Like, he's not on his seat like he was. He's not noticeable sticking out from either end of the seat. So, where he was, whether it was just a editing error or he was just so well curled up in a ball behind that seat that we couldn't see him, I don't know. And the final prediction I got right from this episode was that Willow summoned something. Now on to what I got wrong. Pretty much everything to do with the mana team. Though there are some ones to make more important note on than others. The intensity of the siege on Schnee Manor. I thought that building would get absolutely totaled. Not just have the Hound and a handful of Sentinels, including an Alpha variant, as the ones attacking it. So, I got that right, but I also got it wrong. Next one. Willow would die defending her kids. So far, I have gotten that wrong. I said she would die in the manor, but I've also said that she would die unrelated to the manor as well on different occasions. So I'm keeping that in a possible to come, but it wasn't in the manor. The Hound wasn't Torchwick. That's unfortunate. So that Roman numeral theory is looking less and less likely, unless by some miraculous he comes up some other way. The Hound would reach the end of the volume. Nope, it didn't even make it to the end of the first episode. That's unfortunate, but because I really liked the Hound. And seeing the Grim disintegrate off of that guy's body was very interesting to watch. Because would his head still exist under that statue? So we saw that he had a head. It did look like someone had tried to burn his face off, because the left side looked all melted. There was some skin missing from his chin, and he had this web of scarring, almost like what the Grim Beetle did to Amber's face. He had that over his right eye, which was also seemingly missing or had been melted over. So it could make sense that they plucked that body from a fire, given the blackened state of the bones in his arm, or that could be just from the Grim. I don't know. Maybe it'll get explained, maybe not. I predicted that it would be Ruby and Willow to fix the generator. I'm taking this as a half victory because Ruby did go, but she went with Blake. I said it would make logical sense that a Schnee would go with her, but I guess it wasn't actually that hard to find the generator as it had its own building. I thought it was just the generator bank off to the side somewhere. And everything to do with Penny and Nora. which I predicted nothing would come of them except them still being unconscious at the end of the volume. Yeah, neither of them were unconscious for the entirety of this episode. Nora woke up twice and is seemingly awake at the end. Penny woke up from the hack, regained her consciousness, went back under the hack, and is now unconscious again. So, maybe this time she will stay unconscious to the end of the volume. I don't know. Probably that's very unlikely because the intros have baited us with the Staff of Creation twice now, and I don't reckon they'd do that unless they were actually going to show the staff at one point. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire episode. It was a good episode. I can see already how the second half will be a lot less tame than the first half. This episode right now was almost less tame than the entirety of the first half. Also, the Hound was massive creep mode with when he was in Jacques' office with the "I know you're here," just creeping up on Whitley. Yeah, that sort of reminded me of the Velociraptor scene from the original Jurassic Park, but with one of each rather than 2 children and 2 Velociraptors. Anyway, I should probably start scripting my breakdown videos. So with that being said, I'll catch you in next week's episode.